go.
Sir,
Yes.
we need to hire another employee full stack developer.
Okay. I will make the
The
application.
director says no.
Yeah. I will make the application.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Udah.
Typhoon?
Okay.
Meanwhile,
What's this? Another message from Mr. HR? What's this motherfucker saying? What the hell? Been fired? What the heck I've been doing all this time? Now, time to get a job.
tomorrow.
What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Am I been hired? Am I been fired? Am I been hired? Am I been fired? Ah, this feels so constant. I can concentrate my job. Mr. Harahap.
Is this the candidate?
Yes, this candidate.
Are you Andromeda Rahab?
Yes, sir. I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before you apply to my company.
Yes, sir. I'm the plans.
Okay. So you can introduce yourself first.
So, firstly, my name is Andromeda Rahab. I live in near his. I have a rented house. And now my job as a full stack development. Before I have a few experience work as a full stack developer, and I can create a website based on website front end or back end with database inside it. And also I use primarily tech stack for nowadays like Laravel and React.js for modern software tech stack to build a website.
Okay, good analogy. So now explain to me like I'm five. What is an API and why do we need it?
Actually, I prefer the main stack like MongoDB, Express, React, Node.js, and Laravel than any of tech stack like MySQL and SQLite. Why? Because it's all JavaScript. In past, developers has to switch brain between PHP for backend and JS for front end. That's inefficient. And For the next, I will use Node.js to create a website to increase my backend skills and to make the website way efficient. And with Node.js, I can use asynchronous I/O, which means the server doesn't get blocked when handling many requests. And for the database, I use MongoDB and MySQL because it's JSON-like structure and it's very flexible for scaling. If I need a few features, I don't have to rebuild to the whole table schema like in MySQL. It's about velocity and scalability.
Okay, good analogy. So now explain to me like I'm five. What is an API and why do we need it?
Thank you for the questions. API stands for Application Programming Interface. It functions as a bridge or intermediary that allows two application or two server programs to communicate and connect with each other and exchange data with each other. For example, I will explain an analogy again. Imagine you are at a restaurant as the client or the front end. You want a burger. You can't just go to the kitchen, the database or the back-end systems and cook it yourself. You need a waiter. The waiter will give your message to the server or to the one who is working in the kitchen, and the chef will make the burgers for you and the waiters will give it to you. That's the analogy of APIs, how APIs work. We as a client or the one that comes to a restaurant, one needs a burger as the data. So we give a request to the server to give us a data, but the request is sent from a waiters. So the waiters send our request to the database or to the kitchen staff, and the kitchen staff will create and give the data or the request you needed. And when the request is done and you can take your request, the waiters will give your request or your data to you. API is the way to give waiter your order or request, and the waiter takes it to the kitchen or the back end and then brings the burger back to your table as a response. Without an API, the front end can talk to the database safely. We use RESTful APIs or GraphQL to ensure the data transfer is made usually in JSON, so both sides understand each other without exposing the secret receipts of the kitchen. So that's it.
Okay, question about theory. How do you explain about front end, back end, or full stack developer?
Okay, what's a good question? So, firstly, front end is the art of presentations. It's about how users feel the UI UX and how the process renders the code. And the front end developers is all about how to create a UI UX of our websites into a web page that can be accessed in a network or in World Wide Web. For example, when we are creating an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript website, it's called as a front-end development because we only use a display to show what are we doing. But what about backend? Backend is the art of logic and data. The database and also the logic of how the database is managed and also how the database is displayed is worked in backend. All the backend language now is connected to the server we use. Like if we have our own servers, it will make a good website. But if we don't have a web server, so we can use any kind of services like Apache or maybe Nginx or maybe something else like Docker or something or anything else, and that's how the backend works. And about full stack development, it is about I have answered the handshake between them is perfect because front end is art of presentation and back end is art of logic and data. So full stack means the art of Python to create a website with not only the database and but also display of how the website and the database is displayed into the web page. So, with this difference between front end, back end, and full stack developer, it's as simple as like the front end is the one that creates what are we seeing right now, and the back end was the one who create anything we don't see, like the database or maybe the management systems or etc. But for the full stack developers, they are create all of the website start from scratch. So the websites fully created by just one person or maybe a team full of full stack developers. That's it.
So that is the last question. So now you have any question?
Okay, thank you for the interview, and I feel glad we can meet here. But I have several questions to ask with HR teams. Just 3 questions remaining. So first question is, what's the typical workflow between the developers, designers, and product manager teams here? Do you use Agile or Scrum to help the workflow works between the developer, designer, and the product managers? And the second one is, how does the company support the developers in keeping up with the latest technologies nowadays? We know the technology is not just stopping by, and they are always being developed time by time, month by month, day by day. And are there any sharing session or a special budget for courses? And the last question is, What are the biggest challenges currently facing the engineers team, and how can this role help to overcome these challenges? Thank you.
Okay, good question. We use Scrum, but we keep it flexible. Every 2 weeks we have a sprint planning. So the product manager bring the what or the future, the designer bring the how it look or Figma files, and the developers then the how it work or the technical depth and execution. So we have daily stand up for maybe 15 minutes to discuss blockers. We use Jira to track everything. So if you're stuck on a bug, you don't keep it to yourself. So shoot it out in the stand up.
Hello, Mr. Yes.
Way to my company.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Before introduce myself, my name is Hasan Abdurrahman, and I'm currently student as a vocational high school at 11th grade, and my major is programmer, and I'm school in IDN boarding school, and also I have some experience like some experience like IDN teaching to some school, and he teach and sharing about my knowledge to them.
Okay. So the next question is you can show your skill.
Okay. Because I'm a programmer, so I have front to in web developer in front, and I study about like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and others like framework like Tailwind, React, Next.js, and Bootstrap, and others. And for the backend, I study about PHP, and I usually use framework like Laravel and Tailwind also for the UI.
Okay. So next is you have to know about your information before. So maybe we can come together again next week for the update information. So what for the last question is you ever join company before applying?
No, maybe I can say no because it's my first time for applying job in their company.